Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Well, as the game constantly evolves, I'm constantly refurbishing my ships and having different ship builds for different tasks within the game. Going into the Caustic Cloud, the remnants of the Maelstrom of a dead Titan, certainly after it's been destroyed, can be hazardous to both the ship and commander. You're going to meet up with thargoids, and when that cloud dissipates, you're going to have to meet up with, let's face it, pirates. But there's such a bounty of materials in there, it's too good to miss up. Let's take a look at an OP ship build. That's right, commanders, the Maelstrom is indeed a hazardous place. Certainly the Caustic Maelstrom is a hazardous place. You're going to need all sorts of things to combat that corrosiveness, to get that bounty. Now for new commanders, you can make an absolute killing in here if you have the right ship. I'm going to be using an Anaconda, but there's no reason you can't get in there with a lower ship, like say a Crate or a Python, or even some of the other Federal ships as well. Something fast, something nimble, something that can get you in, something that can get you out. And if you've got those corrosive resistant cargo racks, you can make an absolute killing. But for me, like I say, I'm going to be using the Anaconda. It's my ship of choice. I've called it the Caustic Conda. And here it comes. Here's the build. So this is the Caustic Conda. It's an Anaconda. You've guessed it. And I've tricked it all out to be caustic resistant. Now, there can be variations of this build, there certainly are, but I thought I'd take you through it because simply this is what I've been using on the weekend to go through all the remnants of Indra and pick up all the Titan materials that I needed. I'm virtually stocked up on most things, apart from those pesky crystals. I had a good 10 or 15 items of those over the weekend, however, they are quite elusive. Anyway, let's go through the build. So here we are on the carrier. Let's just pop into outfitting. Now, when you've got a Titan that's bitten the dust like what Indra has, it's very important, let's face it, very important, to have armaments on there. I've gone for AX multi-cannons because there's more scouts than there is thargoids, to be perfectly honest with you. And the bigger thargoids, if you run cold enough, you can get out of the way and hide in the debris and they won't chase you. So I went for the enhanced multi-cannons all the way there. If things get tasty, I got a Cyto Scrambler to bring down those shields. And I've got a beam laser with, you guessed it, long-range thermal vent on it. Must get this engineered up. Anyway, on the utility mounts, I've got a pulse wave Xeno scanner. There is no shutdown field neutralizer here. Not at this point of the game anyway. I forego that. So I've got the Xeno scanner so I can see what I'm actually shooting. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 caustic sinks. Most of them tricked up. That one isn't. That's got the additional heatsink ammo modification on there. And I've got a little heatsink launcher as well. That's been tricked up as well. No drama. That's going to protect me from all the caustic damage. Core internals, thrusters. Why have I got a 7E on this? Well, I've got to take it to a station to put a 7A thrusters on that. No drama. And I haven't done any engineering on it, but that should definitely be a 7A. Frameshift drive. This is a legacy frameshift drive that I had knocking about. That's all tricked up. It's got all of the modifications on it. Got thermal spread to keep it a bit cooler. Don't know why I put thermal spread. Must be running out of materials. But you could put mass manager on there, no problem at all. So lightweight on the life support. Weapons focus power distributor. Because typically that's what I need. Sensors, lightweight. No, sorry, long range. 8D, nice and light. And a fuel tank. Moving into the internals. The multi-limpet controller. The 2 anti-corrosion class 6 cargo racks giving 128 tons of corrosive cargo storage. Got me hull reinforcements with my heavy duty reinforcements on there. I got a module reinforcement. Now, where I would change this, I would put in a Guardian module reinforcement package, and if you've got the materials, you could pop in the anti-guardian zone resistance modification. That would give you slightly more integrity than that one, so that's worthwhile. I've got another anti-corrosion cargo rack by there knocking around. Experimental weapon stabilizer, grade 5. More hull reinforcement because I'm not running with shields. All of the things here, you know, again, heavy duty hull. Got a fuel scoop just in case, but that can be ripped out. You can put something a bit more tasty in, perhaps some more cargo. And I got an AFMU and a detailed surface scanner and the planetary approach suite should I need it. But you could get rid of that, and you could get rid of that, and you could put more storage or more hull armor in it. This build works well. I think I've found a reason for it. What I'm not happy about is the fact that I've got to get this changed. There's a 7A right there. We'll just bang it in. It's got all the modifications on it. Dirty drive tuning. That'll do for us. No problem. And then what we'll do then is, because we got, you know, I'm running out of space. I don't know what all you commanders are doing, but I'm running out of space as well, you see. So when it comes down to things like core internals, I always make sure I get in there and I make sure I get these things sold, because I don't want them hanging around and I'm getting close to my limit. So when I start doing my builds, I'm going to have a problem. So that effectively was the Caustic Conda build, and it does work really well. If we pop over here to inventory, 144 tons of cargo space I can have with that. Fill it up with about 120 tons worth of limpets and you can go absolutely crazy and pick up all those thargoid materials. It really is worthwhile. So cool, fantastic, that's it. Things we could do to make things a bit better. Obviously the engines, dirty drive tuning, let's get a bit of that in there. And then you can put drag drives on it later. Try and make it as fast as an Anaconda as I possibly can. Cool, good for us. Other things we could do. Well, the beam laser we got on there, we're all tricked up with all of that. We'd have to go to the blaster and get the Cyto Scrambler sorted out, but everything else seems to be okay. I mean, the FSD, yeah, it could put Mass Manager on there as well to make it go a bit further, but I'm happy with how the build is now at the moment. What you could do, like I said, is over here into optional internals, into the module reinforcement package. If you've got one knocking about, you could put a Guardian one in there as well. So if you look between the Guardian modules, you do get slightly more protection. Anyway, there is a power draw attached to it as well. Something just to bear in mind. Out of all the builds that I've done in regards to ships, I found the Anaconda and perhaps the Cutter to be perhaps the best one to cope with what goes on here. You want like a good old base ship, something that you can use, you can repair, you've got that cargo capacity as well, for all, not only the stuff you're going to pick up when you're inside the Maelstrom and the remnants of the Titan, but also to repair yourself should you get into any beef. For me, the Anaconda and the Cutter are probably it. So like I mentioned, this build deals with, you know, the caustic effects of a recently deceased Titan just after it's been destroyed. In this case it was Indra, but we've all been there before. This is the 5th Titan that's gone now. The ones where the caustic damage has dissipated will be slightly different, and you've got to focus not only on thargoids but also on pirates. Anyway, I've been Ricardo, thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think of the build and what your build's like, and I'll see you soon.